Let's suppose you have a daisy in your hand, and every petal of that daisy is a wish that you can express in your life. And let's suppose at a certain point you realize that you used all those wishes and you are left with only one small little petal. Well, I would definitely consider to use that petal to come to Yellowstone. That's really one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. You start this valley, this 189 kilometers that I've done yesterday, going up through the canyon, the pinnacles on the side. It really looks like those images of the Wild West, but the beautiful images, wild in the sense not as transformed as wild by humans, but wild because of the nature that you see around you. And then you go up, you start to be followed, in fact, by some animals, the moose that are trying to follow your bicycle. You go down into the lake and you enter this land of geysers which are all over you, and the smoke that sprinkles from the earth is something that honestly it's difficult to see in life. I've taken pictures, and in fact some of you have asked me to take and send pictures, but I have to say one of my first trips, it was many years ago, and I was traveling with a friend in another very beautiful place in southern France, Les Calanques, and she told me before the trip there are two ways to approach a trip where you're going to be amazed by what you see around. One way is to prepare yourself to take lots of pictures, and another way is to just merge yourself and your memories and then be able to tell those memories once you go back and you meet other people. Well, I think I'm much better at the second way. I have to say Yellowstone has also a very nice story for me, because exactly 10 years ago I was applying for my first position for the United Nations, and at exactly the same time I applied for a position to be an assistant ranger in Yellowstone. Well, you might think it's very weird, but I have to say that I was so undecided about the two positions that I applied so hardly. It was a position that I knew nothing about. You needed to know the GPS system and how to track wild animals with the GPS systems. I studied everything about the GPS before, and I made it into the best 10. Then, of course, probably the rangers realized that it was not really my skills. But this is just to say how much Yellowstone has been one of my dreams since I came in the United States my first time, and it was 2004. I have to say maybe only one small advice. If you come to Yellowstone, come at a different time of the year, because I have to say I've seen many more wild tourists than wild animals. Today we move on, we go through the land of geysers with the bicycle, and then we'll end in Montana and then down to Idaho. Ciao.